Hello everybody, it's Sabine again from Sabine Grantham Health Coaching. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a nutritionist and health coach, and I specialize in fatigue and stress management. Now welcome to part 2 of this 2-part video series on acid reflux. If you have suffered from heartburn for a while and you've had enough and you want to stop the symptoms, watch part 1 as well. It's called Acid Reflux Part 1 on my YouTube channel, and I will put the link to my channel below the video. And in part 1, I explain what goes wrong in the body, why do we have acid reflux, how does that come about, and also that most of the time it's not related to you having too much stomach acid. Yes, that might take you by surprise. It surprised me when I learned about it. In most cases, it's because people do not have enough stomach acid. So, okay, so, sorry, just quick technical glitch. Yes, most of the time it's not because you have too much stomach acid. So if you have not had your levels tested by your GP and your GP's prescribed acid stopping pills without having tested you, then it's really, really important that you ask for the test. Ask to be tested, because you don't want to, if you don't have enough stomach acid, you don't want to reduce that further, because that can really cause a lot of issues in your digestive system. So yeah, go to part 1 for all the explanations on this, and I also go through like why stomach acid is so important for our digestion. In this video, I'm going to suggest 10 things you can do to reduce your symptoms naturally, and I've grouped them into 3 main groups, and I will tell you all about it in a moment. So once you've started going down the natural route, don't just go cold turkey and stop taking your antacids or stop taking your acid stopping pills. Do it gradually. Start weaning yourself off them, and whilst you do the natural things parallel. There is a non-diagnostic easy home test that you can do if your GP is too busy. It's non-diagnostic though, but it is an indicator if you have too much or not enough stomach acid, and it involves bicarbonate soda. Pretty much everybody probably has that in their kitchen, so that's easy to do at home. And the details to the test will be in the blog on the same subject on my website, and the link to that blog will be below the video as well. So I'll give you all that information, or you could ask your GP to test your levels, and they usually, for example, they use a method called Heidelberg capsule test. So ask them for that. So if you've done the home test or your GP's tested you and it's confirmed that you don't have enough stomach acid, then you can, here are 10 things that you can do to relieve your symptoms naturally. So I'll be laying it all out in a 3-step program: reduce, replace, restore. And I will tell you all of those things now. So in the first phase, reduce. Now, it's important to reduce or cut out grains and dairy. They are common food allergens, to reduce the inflammation in your body. Cut out or reduce processed and sugary foods. Why? Because the malabsorption can lead to bacterial overgrowth in your gut. The fermentation produces gas that causes bloating, and that can lead to increased abdominal pressure. So that's what you want to reduce. You want to reduce the abdominal pressure that is caused, because that pressure causes the little sphincter. I told you all about this in part 1, so it's important to watch part 1 first. The little sphincter malfunctions, and that then drives reflux. And what also causes bacterial overgrowth? A lack of stomach acid. So you really want to reduce all those foods, grains, dairy, processed foods, sugary foods, for a couple of weeks and see if that reduces your symptoms of acid reflux. You also, if you are overweight, then I would strongly recommend for you to lose the extra pounds to decrease that abdominal pressure as well. So step number 1 helps with weight loss. Then we're still in the reduce phase, so stop eating 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. That includes any kind of snacks, like do not eat anything. Just drink water 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed, because if your sphincter is dysfunctional, it might leak the acid into your esophagus at night, and that causes the sort of burning sensation or the heartburn. So stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. Then reduce things that can weaken the sphincter. So nicotine, caffeine, alcohol, spicy foods, tomatoes and tomato-based sauces, orange juice and other citrus-based foods. Reduce those, and also peppermint and spearmint. So if you're somebody who's chewing gum a lot, I would recommend to reduce that or stop that for a couple of weeks and see if that improves your symptoms. So stop all of those for a couple of weeks. Well, if you are somebody who drinks a lot of coffee, like 4 to 6 cups a day, I would recommend to reduce that gradually. Don't go cold turkey with coffee, because that could cause withdrawal symptoms, and then your body develops headaches and other symptoms. So you really want to avoid that from happening. So cut all of those out for like a couple of weeks, and then see if that reduces your symptoms, and then you can reintroduce them gradually again. So you can have the occasional glass of wine over dinner, or you know, your morning coffee. Just with the smoking, just stop that altogether. Just stop it. And then we're still in the reduce phase. So reduce your stress. So especially deal with the stress before you eat. So take some deep breaths before you start eating, for example. Really calm your body down, because when we eat on the go, or when we're stressed, your digestive system shuts down, and then you're really not digesting things properly, and it causes all sorts of other digestive symptoms that you really don't want. So just calm down before you eat. Don't eat on the go. Sit down for the meal. That's really important. And then so suggestion number 6 in today's video: do not drink water during meals, because you can dilute the concentration of your stomach acid when you do that. Drink a glass of water before or after, just not during the meal. Because if you don't have enough stomach acid and you dilute it even further, obviously that causes further symptoms, so don't do that. And also what you can do to reduce the abdominal pressure, so you could raise your bed just a little bit, put like a brick under each of the bed legs where your head is. Don't use more pillows, because that can just increase the abdominal pressure again. So just put like a couple of bricks underneath the bed legs where your head is, and that raises your head slightly, and then the stomach acid, you know, obviously doesn't go up because your body's raised. So don't use pillows. That just increases the abdominal pressure. Okay, we now move into the second phase, replace. So bitters have been used for a long time to help with digestion. It's been shown
that they can work by increasing saliva production, stomach acid, digestive enzymes, and bile. So really good for overall digestion. And you can find them in health stores, but best would be to find a herbalist who can put together a formula for you, which helps your particular condition. Then we're still in the replace phase, tip number 9 of today. So replace digestive enzymes and stomach acid with pepsin in supplement form. Pepsin is the enzyme that digests protein. So replace those. But before you start taking supplements, remember to consult a health professional such as myself to make sure that, you know, we analyze your diet and lifestyle and make sure that you are taking the right supplements. There's so many different kind of supplements out there. So it's really important to consult a health professional before you start taking supplements. And in some cases, there might be a need to replace certain nutrients that have not been absorbed, all the while you have not had enough stomach acid for the absorption. So these, you know, for example, include B12, vitamin B12, folic acid, calcium, iron, and zinc. But it's best to get your levels tested though before you start taking any supplements. So make sure that you work together with a health practitioner on that. So we now move into the phase 3, restore, and that brings us to suggestion number 10. In the restore phase, increase probiotic foods in your diet, such as sauerkraut, kefir, kimchi, and or take probiotic supplements. Again, please consult a health professional before you do that. However, it's really important that you eliminate the potential culprits first. So go through step 1, reduce first, then replace, and then restore. So remove the potential culprits, replace the stomach acid and the enzymes and potentially any nutrients that you've been lacking, and then restore with probiotics. Now, I go through all of this and more with my clients, depending on the individual needs. If you prefer for me to dig a bit deeper and to find the root cause of your acid reflux symptoms and to analyze it all thoroughly, you know, on a one-on-one basis, then please get in touch. You can book yourself into my diary, book in a 30-minute free discovery call. And the link will be below the video as well. And I'm very much looking forward to hearing from you. And let's get off the acids or the acid-stopping drugs and onto a more natural way of solving your acid reflux issues. Speak to you soon. Bye.